Hey, how's it going? Here's my vlog for the 6th. Even though now it's like 2 o'clock in the morning on the 7th, but this video is mine for the 6th. Because I didn't want to do a video till I was done. Yeah, I predicted I would be done by 6 o'clock this morning, or I guess it would be yesterday morning. Yeah, but I wasn't. I don't know. I just kind of loosely predicted that based on how I was doing the other ones, but, I don't know, maybe I'm getting tired, I don't know. But yeah, I just finished. On book 5, it's so funny how there's so many boo-boos, dude. I did not know. So I fixed them all. But on book 5, it said that there were 263 chapters. But there's actually 273 because it goes from 229 to 220 instead of 229 to 230 because, you know, it's just one of those boo-boos that I messed up on. So I noticed that when I was counting it, so I fixed the counting. I added 10 more on the menu, and now that I'm done, I'm opening the Euripides. 10 plays. Which takes like an hour to open. I had a ganders at the thing when it started. I think it was like 1:45 or something. I don't know. 1:47. So then I like got smoked some reefer, but I'm not really like getting high. But at least weed is cheap these days. So you know, you can smoke all the weed and not go broke. You just buy more. It's like, you know, less than $100, and you got like an ounce or something like that. So I can't remember, but you got an ounce last time. It was at the farm. They had like 30% off or something that day for some reason. But yeah, I have a couple days more. I've been smoking a lot. I smoked so much that yesterday I even had like asthma, or today I had like a hit of my inhaler. I'm trying to take the inhalers. I only have a few more, 4 more because I don't think I have it medicated anymore. I have to change my insurance like pretty soon. Yeah, so now that I'm done, as soon as this loads, yeah, so now I'm basically on like, I guess you could say vacation mode. I can relax. So I'm gonna have a shower and then, you know, just kill time, smoke weed and relax. Maybe I'll watch a movie or something. I don't know. Oh, I don't have anything hooked up, but just basically keep an eye on the computer, and as soon as the page opens, then I can cut book 5, you know, and then fix it, paste it back in, and then paste the menu in, and then upload it, and then it's done. So it's just super easy, just a lot of sitting around and waiting. And then I check it on the internet, make sure it gets uploaded, and then I will go and do the next book, which is it's going to seem so small to this. It's like I'm finally done. This was the biggest one yet. It was like 3,336 chapters. But if you do the accumulation of everything that's left, there's so many more. There's a lot of time, so I'm just going to get started on whatever is next, you know, and if that's all I want to do, you know, because I'm kind of addicted, you know, this is kind of, in fact, I've been doing it so much that I'm pretty good at it, going a long time, but, yeah, my brain kind of shut down, but I'm slowly been, getting better at listening to stuff. I love how my site works, you know, so I was listening to, today I did the, Aristotle's, like, history of Athens and the Athenian Constitution. Then I did Agesilaus from, like, you said, I can't even remember. And then Education of Cyrus from Eusebius, can't remember. But yeah, so good. But I'm not really paying attention, kind of brain dead, but whatever. So yeah, I was listening to something now until it just ended, and then I started doing this. Yeah. So anyways, I'm over the hump now, so I yeah, so tomorrow, finally, I'm going to I'm going to set up my house. God damn it. Yeah, just listen, I guess, listen to book. Listen to books. And put the house back together. Hopefully just as fast as I can. Hopefully in one day. I don't know. Do everything that I need to do, box up roommate stuff, and then of course I need to take photos and then clean up and then put the ads out. That's the main thing. Put all the ads out. I need to get a roommate as fast I need to get a roommate as fast as I can. Luckily, it's a good time of year to do that because the kids are coming back to school. But I don't want to overcook myself, you know. So whatever. If I have an insomnia, I'll work all day tomorrow, and if I have insomnia, I'll work all night long on this work that I do on my site. So what happened was last night I was working all night, you know, trying to finish, and then I got to 6, and I was like, oh shit, and I was on book 8, you know, so I still had more than 2 to go, and got to 6, and then I got to like 8. I got energy drink, drank an energy drink at like 7, and then I got to 8:50, and I just started just like passing out, like falling asleep. And I thought for about doing a video, and it would have been one of those videos where I'm just like constantly yawning. Oh, I was too tired, and I was like, just do it when you get up. So I like laid on my belly, and I was just like out. I fell asleep, like right after I had an energy drink. And yeah, I crashed earlier than I thought I would, and I was even gonna get 2, and I was like, oh, why did I get 2? But so then I got up at like, so I got to sleep at like maybe 9, and then got up at like 4:30 or something. I don't remember, and I've been working and since then, you know. I had to finish, had like 100 left to go on 8, and then I had to do all of 9, which was 410, and then all of 10, which was 390. And it just adds up, dude. It just adds up. Those numbers. You know, I would get like to the end of 100, and then you have like a smoke break or whatever. So, oh, here comes, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. After this video, I'm gonna go. I actually have ice cream, maybe from a long time ago. My mom got it. I'll have a shower, maybe have some of that, set up, smoke weed, listen to music, look at my website, see if there's something I want to listen to from my website. The cool thing about the website is that you get addicted to it, dude. I'm telling you. Like, you're listening to it and you're like, whoa. Because the voices are really good. And so, yeah, seriously. Like, that's the goal, to get addicted to it. I'm done with YouTube. Like, YouTube is so, like, goddamn saturated with everybody talking to everybody about everything. And it's like, I've completely lost interest. I was, you know, unless it's brain candy, I use it for brain candy. Yeah. Turns out that I was into the site Titan stuff. Turns out that those texts, I guess, were real because everybody's talking about it. And the ones from the Pakistani, that's freaky. I tried to talk to my mom about that when she was here, but she was too busy. Anyway, yeah. So, and you know, I don't really want to pay attention to like politics and what politicians are saying and doing anymore, because they're all idiots, and it's like kind of depressing, and it's like, you're not, yeah, so it's a good time for me to become addicted to these history books, because like there's so much that I want to do with these books. It's going to take an insane amount of time, but like the next thing that I have to do with these books is obviously I have to do the batch edit where you add how much time it is to the pages pages on the menu, and then paste it onto the body. But after I do that, I have to add the appropriate images, which I'll get off in Envato, that I have from Wikipedia on the side. But after you do that, I'm going to color and font code all of the books, well, starting with one book, because this is going to be time consuming, but not as time consuming as you might think. Like you could do a 500-page book in like a day, probably, or a couple of days. But I would say a couple of days. I'd say you could do it at a clip of 250 pages per 18-hour day, per 16-hour day. Anyways, so what you do is you, because it's consistent and it's with all the books, you have a special font/color for describing a battle, a conversation between two people, retelling a story of what happened, describing, and then of course there's all of the different numbers, like, you know, whenever something, the money is mentioned, farm, so yeah, that kind of thing. I haven't like thought it through all the way yet, but describing like a road would get its own font, distance between things. That way you can scroll down, because, you know, I have the whole book on one page, so you can take advantage of the scrolling. So when you scroll down, say a 500-page book, you're going to see all these different fonts and colors, and if you want to know like where the describing of a certain battle is, all you have to do is look for that font. And if you want to be super anal about it, you could do the font numbered, because like if there's 10 times battle is mentioned, you could do that one font with the different colors. But, you know, people are colorblind, and you don't really want to do that. You want to add them all together, have them double team. So, but you would do the same thing on the menu. So, for example, if a book is 500 pages and has 5 books, each book 20 chapters, you would have in the title, you would have the actual name of the chapter and the font of what it represents, you know, primarily. So, you know, that's all, and that would be such a good way to memorize a book, because and then to actually visualize every time a certain conversation happened in all of history. So say there's 100 books from historical times, and in each of those books is a philosophical conversation between two people, and that's the only thing you're interested in. You could access that really easily by just opening up all the books, scrolling down, or looking on the menu to all of that colored font, and then you can you just read it all there together, and you can compare them all. Or, you know, but then I would make a page at the end. I'd make a page that collects all that kind of stuff. You know, like I have a page where they all refer to each other. I even started it on Montesquieu. Every time he mentions Plato. So every time a historian refers to each other, but also every time, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, every time, well, like I have a page on my site, every time aliens are mentioned on all the historical books. So you could have a page on your site, or like maybe it's just a page and they put it all on that one page. You could call it collections of conversations, and then you just have it, and then you link it, you know. So that would take forever to do, you know, but that would be cool. I mean, because those, you would make huge books. Like if it's just describing of battles, the book would be 5,000 pages, or, you know, maybe you could fit it in one page, maybe like 3,000 pages. That's all the pages you could really fit before a computer can't handle it anymore. But yeah, it'd be like a 3,000 page book if it was just the description of battles from all the books. That'd be pretty cool, huh? To just read it all together. If it's a conversation between two philosophers, it would probably be a book about 500 pages longer, you know? So anyways, but I'm not going to do that anytime soon. Like if I were to do all of that, including all the other stuff that I plan on doing on my website, I wouldn't be done until I'm like 65. You're talking another 15 years. Maybe it's worth it though. There's a part of my head that's like, fuck it, let's just work until you die of old age, until you're like 100, you know. Eventually I'd have to start exercising to stay alive. But, because the thing is, the more you build, the more you think of building. And I know it's never going to stop. So it's just a matter of where I want to put my values. Am I going to like just sacrifice my life and just make the most badass website ever? Or am I gonna shut it up sometime and then do like become an athlete at one point? Because I do want to build trails around here and then do it myself, like trips and then do it myself. But I would need a bike for that. But I guess I could do, I don't know, I could do like old man stuff, a motorbike. But anyways, that's what I'm up to. Whenever I do videos like this, I like to talk about short term, long term, middle term, and then long term. But I think I'm making pretty good progress. One thing that I was thinking about though is that like this particular project, counting chapters or pages for all the chapters on all my books is a low priority thing. It's something that I never even wanted to do in the first place. And the reason that I'm doing it is because I'm in the right mindset to do something that's super duper time consuming. But it's not as important as icons or making the links from vertical to horizontal on the timeline, or you know, the other stuff's more important. I just did this first because it was more, I figured, because I'm in the right state of mind, I figured I'd get it out of the way. To the point that I'm even thinking about doing like my family history page, because that's kind of a low priority thing. Because if you can get low priority stuff out of the way when you're in just some crazy mental state where all you care about is working, like smoking weed and working, by the time and I'm kind of brain dead, I'm not really paying attention to the books that much, but by the time I snap out of it and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Can I please just get done with this website so I can have a life? I'll be extra motivated to do the stuff that's way more important, like finishing the timeline. Or the Google Earth stuff, linking the Google Earth stuff and finishing the Google Earth stuff, which is another project that's like another year. Just on the Google Earth, I have another year of work to do because I have to rebuild all the different historical books. So, to be realistic, I don't like to think about this, but because I'm talking about it, to be realistic, I'll probably, I probably have another 20 years. I'm like almost 50 now, so I'll probably be like 70. So I think my life is just going to be the website, but that's fine because I have some secret weapons that I don't even want to talk about. Like socially wise, I'm not like a hermit. Socially wise, I have some secret weapons that I don't want to talk about. Anyway, you know, like I'm still hanging out with my wife and stuff. Anyways, so, what time is it? 7:52. I mean, 17:52. So my computer's probably still trying to open the thing, but as I was talking, I just realized I had a hunger pang because all I had to eat today was like 2 energy drinks and 12 pieces or 10 pieces of candy. And I literally, I don't think I had anything apart from that. Oh, and like 1 energy drink, I think. So I was like hunger pang, low blood sugar. So what I'm gonna go is have a salad that I have and then a tomato soup, because that's all I eat. I eat like 1 or 2 salads a day, 1 or 2 tomato soups, and like a banana energy drink. That's all I have. So I'm like not getting fat. Like here, I could show you my belly, if you want to know, if you want to see my belly. You see my belly? So I'll show you my belly. There. Whatever. I don't want to accidentally show my pubes and get like fucking kicked off YouTube. But that was my belly. Not a very good shot, but anyways, I'm not that. I'm not muscular though. Like I'm super emaciated. No muscles, no like I have to be careful to not injure myself, like not try to pick something up or anything like that. Or fall. If I fall off my bike, I would totally sprain my ankle. My wrist, like last summer, I did hit a curb and I fell. And last night I was noticing my wrist was just pulsating with pain. Because what happens is if you get older and you don't exercise, you combine those two things, age and you don't exercise. If you have an injury, even if it's something that you don't even think about, like you fall down and you bruise your wrist or something, if you don't exercise at all, like that injury is never going to heal. Like a year later, because I had this injury a year later. A year later, you'll be getting like hunger, like pain pangs, and mobility problems just from something that was a sprain, because the body builds the the cells that you need to rebuild the collagen is built in the bone marrow, and the bone marrow, there's no part that pumps the circulation through the bone marrow. So the only thing that can pump the collagen from the bone marrow to the site of injury is movement of the body, and it doesn't even get produced. My mom was explaining it to it. The body won't even produce it. So, anyways, so that's why you have to be super careful when you're old and not exercising. You have to be super careful to not get even the slightest injury, because if you get the slightest injury, it'll turn into a permanent injury. And if you're old, like 80, it'll kill you. It'll straight up fucking get infected and kill you. That's how like 90% of old people die, is from falling and getting a tiny little bruise that gets infected. So anyways, I'm going to, go have my meal, take my time, have my meal, have a shower, smoke reefer, listen to music, and then hopefully, and then just stare at the screen until that page opens. Cut out the page, add it, post it back in. Once the page opens, I don't think it'll be that much more time. So, because the way Dreamweaver works is like, it kind of loads in kind of slowly. It kind of loads the way that like a physical thing will load. Like first you'll see the page, but then you can't click on the page. It has to like make it so that you can click it. And then if you click on something, then it has to load again to get, yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, so it takes like another like 20 minutes, once the page is open. Anyways, that's enough talking. I've been talking for 22 minutes, 2 seconds. So that's what I'm up to now. Tomorrow, I can't remember the book, but I'll be working on it. But yeah, but tomorrow is when I put my room back together frantically and clean. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm not going to do any computer bullshit, trying to get a roommate. Tomorrow it's all physical. And I'll be sore. My back will be sore. It's all putting my room together, cleaning the house, boxing up everything. Yeah, just all goddamn day. And then I'll be like, fuck. Hopefully it'll be out. Hopefully it'll be like over, I'm a good worker. It's just that it's been a while. It was like a year since I've been doing stuff other than the website when I set up my place. That took like 3 months or something. Anyways, enough babbling. Talk to you tomorrow.